Good morning, students. Today we are going to start another very important topic in D Mathematics O Levels. And the topic is area and perimeter. The points and concepts which you people require to understand and learn are: the perimeter of a closed figure is the total length of all its sides. The amount of the space contained inside a closed figure is called the area and is measured in square units. For example, centimeter squares, meter squares, and kilometer squares. The following table gives the formula to calculate the areas and perimeters of some geometrical shapes that you have learned. Here is the first figure, that is a square in which all sides are equal, each angle is of 90 degrees. The formula for the perimeter of the square is length plus length plus length plus length, that is sum of all outer boundaries, or another formula for this is 4L. L is the length. So 4 into 1 of the length will be placed, that will be equal to the perimeter of the square. And the area of the square is length multiplied by length. The formula is actually L square. So length square will be the formula for the area of the square. And these things, area and perimeter of the square, can be explained through an example. Here we have a square, each of side 3 centimeter, 90 degree is the angle of each side. Perimeter is 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, sum of all sides, that will be equal to perimeter. And area is length multiplied by length, that is 3 multiplied by 3. So 9 centimeter square, because centimeter is the unit used. So 9 centimeter square will be the area of the square, which is having a side of 3. The next figure is rectangle. Rectangle is a figure that is having opposite sides equal and each of the angle is 90 degree. That figure will be called rectangle. The perimeter of the rectangle formula is length plus breadth plus length plus breadth. That is sum of the outer boundaries. That is the perimeter of the rectangle. And other formula for this is 2 into length plus breadth. And the area of the rectangle is length multiplied by breadth. Now, these concepts will be explained through an example. Here is a rectangle that is having a length 6 centimeter and a breadth 4 centimeter. The perimeter will be sum of outer boundaries, that is 6 plus 4 plus 6 plus 4. That will be equal to 20. Centimeter is the unit, so 20 centimeter. Area of the rectangle is length multiplied by breadth. So putting values into the formula, 6 multiplied by 4, that will be equal to 24. Area is always in square units, so centimeter square will be the unit. Next figure is triangle. Here is a triangle. Here is the base. Height is always perpendicular to the base. This is very important point, mind it. Perimeter of the triangle, that is sum of the 3 sides. So perimeter is always sum of the outer boundaries. That is the formula for the perimeter of the triangle. And area of the triangle formula is 1 by 2 into base into height. Here is the base, here is the height. Height is always perpendicular to the base. Here is another triangle. So this is the height, this is the base, because height is perpendicular to the base. Here is another type of the triangle. So this is the height and this is the base. So now we will clear these concepts through some examples. Here is a triangle that is having sides 3, 4 and 5 centimeters. Perimeter is the sum of the outer boundaries, that is 3 plus 4 plus 5, 12 centimeters will be the perimeter. Area's formula is 1 by 2 into base into height. So here is the 90 degree angle and adjacent to the sides to the 90-degree angle will be perpendicular and base. So 1 by 2 into 3 into 4. Solve it on the calculator, you will get the answer. Unit will be centimeter square. Here is another example. This side is 17, this is 25, this is 12, and this side is 15. So first we will find the perimeter of the triangle. Here is the triangle that is having sides 17, 25, and 12. These sides will be added. We will get the answer, that is the perimeter. And the area. Here is the height and here is the base. So 1 by 2 into 15 into 12 will give us the area of the triangle. Here is a note. The height of any triangle is always perpendicular to its base. Here is another figure, that is a circle. So this is the diameter of the circle. Diameter is a line that passes through the origin of the circle and touches any 2 points on the circumference. And radius is a line that comes from the origin to any 1 point of the circle or the circumference, that is called radius. The perimeter of the circle is called the circumference of the circle. And circumference formula for the circle is pi into diameter, that is pi d. Or diameter is equal to 2 times of the radius. So 2 times of the radius into pi. So 2 pi r is the other form of this formula. And area of the circle is pi r square. Now we will explain these things through an example. Here is a circle that is having a diameter of 14 centimeter. Take pi is equal to 22 by 7. Circumference formula is pi d. Here is the d. So pi into 14. Solve it on the calculator, you will get the answer. Area's formula is pi r square. If 14 is the diameter, so half of it, that is 7, will be the radius, that is 7. So 7 will be placed in place of the r. So pi's value is 22 by 7 into 7 into 7. Solve it on the calculator, you will get the answer, that is 154 centimeters square. Here is another figure, that is semicircle. Here is the diameter. A semicircle is half of the circle. Perimeter of the semicircle. So this is very important thing, students. Perimeter is always sum of the outer boundaries. So here is the curved part and here is a line. So curved part plus this line will be equal to the perimeter. So curved part of the semicircle plus diameter. So this is the formula. And now we will put the values into it. So curved part of the semicircle, that will be, because semi 1 by 2, and circle, that is circumference of the circle plus diameter will remain as it is. And area of the semicircle is, because this is half of the full circle, so that's why area of the circle divided by 2. Now we will explain these concepts through an example. For example, here we are having a semicircle that is having a diameter 20 centimeter. Take pi is equal to 3 by 3.14. Here is the condition that you have to follow. Now the perimeter, that will be equal to curved part of the semicircle plus diameter. So 1 by 2 into pi d. This is the curved part of the semicircle and plus diameter, that is 20. After putting values into the formula, you will get the answer. D is 20 and all the other values will remain as it is. Pi's value is 3.14. Solve it on the calculator, you will get the answer. Now you will find the area. Area's formula of the semicircle is pi r square divided by 2. If diameter is 20, radius will be definitely 10, half of it. So you will 10 put in place of r. So 3.14 into 10 into 10, this 1 by 2 will remain as it is. Solve it on the calculator, you will get the answer. Here is another figure. This is quadrant. This is actually fourth part of a circle. A quadrant is a quarter of a circle. The perimeter of the quadrant is, I'm telling you again and again, Perimeter is always the sum of the outer boundaries. So the curved part plus this line plus this line will be the perimeter. So look here, curved part of the quadrant plus radius, because these lines are actually radius. So curved part of the quarter stands for 1 by 4, and circumference of the circle plus radius will remain as it is. And area of the quadrant will be fourth part of the full circle. So fourth part of the area of the circle. Now we will clear these concepts through an example. Here is a quadrant that is having a radius of 7 centimeter. Pi's value is 22 by 7. So diameter is 2 times of the 7, that is 14 centimeter. There was no need of the diameter anyways. So perimeter, first requirement is perimeter, that is curved part of the quarter, that will be equal to pi d over 4 or 2 pi r divided by 4, because r was there anyways. We have found out diameter, so place diameter in place of this. So 1 by 4 into these values, that is 14, and plus 7 plus 7, 14. So solve it on the calculator, you will get the answer. Now the area of the quadrant, that is actually the fourth part of the full circle. So pi r square divided by 4, where r is 7. So look now, pi r square divided by 4, r is 7. Put these values into the calculator, you will get the answer. Good morning, students. Today's topic in Mathematics O Levels is the area and perimeter of composite figures. Important topic this is, so concentrate yourself. A composite figure is made up of two or more shapes joined together. For example, this is a composite figure. The figure is made up of a square. Here is a square and a rectangle, and this is the rectangle. So this is a composite figure, which is actually the joining of a square and a rectangle. Another example is here. This is a composite figure. This is made up of a semicircle and a triangle. Here is another composite figure. This is made up of a square, a rectangle, and two quadrants. This and this is the quadrants. Here is a square and here is a rectangle. The perimeter of a composite figure is the total length of all its sides, outer sides. Remember it. To find the area of the composite figure with no shapes overlapping one another, add up the areas of all the individual shapes. So for example, here is a composite figure. We will find the area of A, then B, then C, and finally add them to find the area of the full figure, because no portion is overlapping. With shapes overlapping one another. For example, here is a square and a triangle that is overlapping with each other. So the area of the figure will be area of the rectangle plus area of the triangle. So first we will find the individual areas of the two figures, add them, and overlapping portion will be subtracted from them. That will be the area of the figure. Here is a question. Find the perimeter and area of the figure below. Perimeter is very simple. Sum of all outer boundaries will be equal to perimeter. So 4 plus 5 plus 2 plus 9 plus 6 will be equal to perimeter. That will be equal to 30. And this is a composite figure. When we are going to find the area of the figure, we will find the area of the individual figures that are made up of this figure. So if we imaginary draw a line from here, it will make a square. This will be a square, and the bottom figure will be a rectangle that is having the dimension 9 and 2, and square's dimension will be 4 by 4. So we will find the area of the square, that is 4 into 4, that will be 16, and the area of the rectangle, that is 9 into 2, that is 18. So 18 plus 16, that will be equal to 34. So that will be the area of this figure. So look now, that is 34 is the area. For example, here we have drawn a dotted line. So this is a square now, and this is a rectangle. Find the area of the individual figures and then add them to find the area of the full figure. The statement of the question is curved parts of the figures are quadrants or semicircles. Find the perimeter and area of each of the following figures. Take pi is equal to 22 by 7. So for example, this is a figure whose area and perimeter is going to be required. So if we draw a dotted line from here, this will be a square and this will be a rectangle. So the required area will be equal to, this is a square, square's area is L square, and this is a rectangle, rectangle's area will be length into width. So now we will put the values. L is 9 square, so 9, so it will be 9 square, and length of the rectangle is, so if this is 9, this is total 20, so it will be 11. So 11 is the length and 3 is the width. Solve it on the calculator, you will get the answer. Unit will be centimeter square. Now the perimeter. Perimeter is the sum of the outer boundaries. So this is 9. If this is 9 total, this is 3, so it will be 6. So plus 6, 9 plus 6 plus 11 plus 3 plus 20, and this plus 9. Solve it on the calculator, you will get the answer. Unit will be centimeters. Part B is same. If we draw a line from here, it will be a rectangle. This will also be a rectangle. This is total 7. This is 4, so it will be 3. And this is 9, this is 3, so it will be 6. So sum of outer boundaries, so 4 plus 6 plus 3 plus 3 plus 7 plus 9 will be equal to the perimeter. And when we are going to find the area, we will find the areas of the individual figures. This is a rectangle, so rectangle's area will be length into width, that will be 7 into 3. And here is also a rectangle whose dimensions are 6 by 4, so 6 into 4. So then 24 plus 21 will be added to find the area of this figure. To find the area of this figure, draw a dotted line from here. So it will be a rectangle, it will also be a rectangle when we are going to find the area. So this is 20, this is 9, this is 4, so 9 plus 4, 13. So 20 minus 13, this will be 7. So dimension of this rectangle is 7 into 10. And the dimension of this rectangle, bottom rectangle, is 20 into 3. So solve it on the calculator, you will get the answer. So when we are going to find the perimeter, if this is 10, this will be also 10. So the sum of the outer boundaries will make the perimeter. So 7 plus 10 plus 9 plus 3 plus 20 plus 3 plus 4 plus 10 will make the perimeter of the figure. Here is a figure whose area and perimeter is required. So perimeter will be equal to 6 plus 10 plus 14 plus 6. So sum of the outer boundaries will make the perimeter. Unit will be centimeters because centimeter unit is involved. When we are going to find the area of the figure, here is a square. Square's area is L square, and here is a triangle. Triangle's area is 1 by 2 into base into height. So we will add the two figures to find the area of the full figure. L is 6, so 6 square is 36. 1 by 2 into base. So if this is 6, this total is 14. So 14 minus 6 will make 8. So this is 8 and this is 6. So here is the right angle. So 6 into 8. Now solve it on the calculator. You will get the answer. Unit will be square unit. Here is a figure whose perimeter and area is required. So if this is 4, because these lines shows these are each of 4. So if this is 4, this is 4, 4 plus 4, 8, this is total 20. So 20 minus 8 is 12. So this is 12. 4 plus 4 plus 4, this side will be 12. So sum of outer boundaries will make the perimeter. So 12 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 20 plus 12 will make the perimeter. And we are going to find the area of the figure now. Draw a dotted line here and here. This is a rectangle whose dimension are 12 into 4. So this will be 12 into 4. This will be the area of this triangle. The dimension of this rectangle will be 4 into 12 plus 4, 16. So 16 into 4 will be the area of this rectangle. And this rectangle area will be 20 into 4. So add all these three values, you will get the area. Here is a figure whose perimeter and area is required. For perimeter, this curved surface and this curved area of two semicircles will make one complete circle. So 2 pi r plus 40 plus 40. This will be the formula for the perimeter of the full figure. Sum of outer boundaries, this plus this plus this plus this. And r's value will be half of the diameter of this one. So 14 will be r, and pi's value is given, that is 22 by 7. Solve it on the calculator, you will get the answer. For area, this semicircle and this semicircle will make the complete circle. So the area for the complete circle is pi r square. And here is a rectangle whose dimensions are 40 into 28. So first we will put the formula. So now put the values into it. Pi's value is 22 by 7. R of the circle is 14. Length of the rectangle is 40 and breadth is 28. So put the values into the formula, solve it on the calculator, you will get the answer. Here is a question. Each of the following figures shows a rectangle. Find the area of the shaded part. So these figures are rectangles. When we are going to find the shaded area of this figure, so required area will be equal to area of rectangle whose dimensions are 12 plus 6, 18 into 9. This is the full figure, and we will subtract the area of two triangles from it. So 1 by 2 into, this is base, for example this is 12, and this is height, that is 9, plus 1 by 2 into 6 into 9. So solve it on the calculator, you will get the required answer. When you are going to solve this question, there are two methods. Okay, we are going to use the same method. For example, this is the full rectangle. So required area is 14 into 24. And from it, we will subtract the areas of these two triangles. So this is 24. So this triangle's area will be 1 by 2 into 24 into 8. Plus, this triangle's dimensions are 24 into 14. So solve it on the calculator, you will get the required answer. The perimeter and area of this figure is required. So the perimeter of this figure will be 14, sum of outer boundaries, plus 14 plus this is a curved part of a quadrant whose radius will be, this is total 21, this is 14, so this will be 7, this will also be 7. So this is a quadrant, this is also a quadrant, the curved part of a quadrant, so these two will make a semicircle. So 2 pi into radius will be 7, because 2 jointly making a semicircle, so divided by 2, so 2 pi r divided by 2. So this plus this plus this plus this and plus this portion, so this is 14. So solve it on the calculator, you will get the perimeter. The answer unit will be centimeters. Now the requirement is area. So look here, this is a square. So square's area is L square, that is 14 into 14, plus this is a quadrant. Quadrant's area is pi r square over 4 plus this area. This will be a square from which quadrant is subtracted. So 7 into 7 minus quadrant, pi into 49 divided by 4. So solve this full factor on the calculator, you will get the answer, unit will be centimeter squares. Here is a figure whose perimeter and area is the requirement. So if this is 7, this will be also 7. Okay, first we will find the perimeter of this figure. Perimeter will be equal to 7 plus 7. So these two sides are added because perimeter is the sum of the outer boundaries. So now we are going to find the curved surface area of this quarter whose radius is 14. So this is the sector. So 2 pi, radius is 14 divided by 4, because this is the quadrant. So this is also solved, and this is 3/4 part of the curved surface area of the circle whose radius is 7. So plus 3 by 4 into 2 pi, radius is 7. Okay, so solve it on the calculator, you will get the answer, unit will be 7. So this is the perimeter. So now we are going to find the area. So this is a sector, this is a quadrant whose radius is 14. So pi r square, 14 square divided by 4, because this is the quadrant. Okay, and here is 3 by 4th of the full circle. So 3 by 4 pi r square, r is 7, so 7 square. Solve it on the calculator, you will get the answer, unit will be centimeter squares. In these parts we are required the area of the shaded part, and the figures given are rectangles. So shaded part of this portion is, so this is a triangle in which this is base and the height of the triangle is 30. So this is very simple question. So 1 by 2 into base into height, 18 into 30. So this will be the area of the shaded part. In this question we are having a rectangle here, or simple add the triangle. So this is a triangle and this is a triangle, this is 12, this is 12. So required area of the shaded part is 1 by 2 into 12 into 20. plus 1 by 2 into 9 into 12. Solve it on the calculator, you will get the answer. Okay, we are required to find the area and perimeter of this shaded region. So when we are going to find the perimeter, this side, that is 5, plus this curved surface of the quarter will be added, that will be 2 pi r, radius will be 7, and because this is a quarter, divided by 4, plus this total is 16, this is 7, so 16 minus 7 will be 9, this side is 9, plus this 20 will be added. So solve it on the calculator, you will get the perimeter of the figure. Now we are going to find the area of the figure. This full figure is a triangle whose area's formula is 1 by 2 into base into height. So this is the 90-degree angle. Adjacent to the sides are height and base. So one side is 12 and the other side is 16. So this is the area of the full figure, that is a triangle, from which this unshaded part should be subtracted, that is a quadrant. So quadrant's area is pi r square. This is a quadrant, so divide by 4. So solve it on the calculator, you will get the answer of the shaded part. This should be subtracted. We are required to find the area of this shaded part in this figure. So this full figure is a square, because 14 plus 14, 28. This side is also 28. So 14 in 28 square. This is the area of the full figure, from which two similar quadrants will be subtracted and this semicircle will be subtracted. So two quadrants and one semicircle will make a complete circle, because radius is the same of all the quadrants and the semicircles. So pi r square, and r square is 14 square. So solve it on the calculator, you will get the area of the shaded part. Okay, the area of the shaded part is required in this figure. This is the diameter of the circle which is given only. First we will find the sides by applying the Pythagoras theorem, that is hypotenuse square is equal to perpendicular square plus base square. Because in this triangle, this is the hypotenuse and these all sides are equal, so if this is x, this will also be x. So perpendicular x square plus x square, hypotenuse will be 28 square. From here you will find the value of the x. When this x will be finded out, so it means now you can find the area of this square, and the area of the required shaded part can be found out by, this is a complete circle, so pi r square, r is 14 because this is the diameter, radius will be 14. So this is the area of the complete figure, from where a square should be subtracted minus whatever the value of the x you have find out. So x square should be subtracted from it. Solve it on the calculator, you will get the answer. In this figure, the area of the shaded part is required, in which here is a triangle, this is a semicircle, and this is a bigger semicircle. So if this is 7, this will also be 7, and this total is 18. So from here to here will be 11 centimeter. So first we are going to find the area of the full figure. So we are going to find the required area, that is shaded portion. So this is a triangle, 1 by 2 into base into height. So base will be 7 plus 7, 14. And height of the triangle is 11 plus this semicircle pi r square divided by 2. So this is the area of the full figure, from where this unshaded semicircle should be subtracted. So minus pi r square, that is 4.2 square divided by 2. So solve it on the calculator, you will get the answer. Here is another question. In the figure below, the lines meet at right angles. Find the perimeter of the figure. This figure seems difficult apparently, but this is the most simple figure. If this is 4, this is 4, 8, this is 4, 12, and this 6, this will be 4, 8, 12, and 6, 18. So this is 18. Okay, so the perimeter is the sum of the outer boundaries. So if this is 28, so this portion plus this portion plus this portion plus this portion, in total this will make 28 centimeter 2. So 18 plus 28, this 28 will cover this portion, this portion, this portion, and this portion, plus 18. This 18 will cover this portion plus this portion plus this portion plus this portion, because in total this will be 18 too, and this 28. So 18 plus 28 plus 18 plus 28 will give you the answer of the perimeter. Here is another question. In the figure below, the lines meet at right angles. Find the perimeter of the figure. So if this is 4 plus 4, 8 plus 7, 15. If this is total 15, so this will also be total 15, which will include this area plus this area plus this area, this length plus this length plus this length. Okay, if there is 4 plus 7, 11 plus 4, 15. Okay, if this is 15, this will also be 15. So this is very simple now. 15 plus 15. So this will include this plus this plus this. And this 4 plus 4 will also be included. Plus this 15 and plus this 15. This will include this plus this length. And here are the vertical lengths, 4 plus 4. So solve it on the calculator. This will give you the perimeter.